This case is about a mother as respondent in appeal case. Accused appellant breached their duty of care to ensure that her daughter was always safe in this case, which is a kindergarten teacher. Respondent daughter told respondent that a 4-year-old boy at the kindergarten had opened her pants and touched her private parts. Appellant asked to watch all the CCTV recordings, but CCTV at the place her daughter mentioned, which is in front of the television, was not showing the incident had happened. Respondent was not happy with the result, then sued appellant, and magistrate court allowed the claimant. Appellant decided to appeal this case as she argued that the magistrate was wrong in finding that the incident actually took place when there was no evidence, especially the CCTV evidence, to support the finding. Appellant submitted that there was no basis at all for the magistrate to find that they had been negligent towards respondent's daughter and that they had to pay damages, and also argued about why appellant not call her daughter to testify at the trial. Final judgment, the order of the learned magistrate is set aside by appeal court. The appeal of the first and the second defendants is allowed with cost of 5,000 ringgit, subject to payment of allocated fee.
Have a seat. Okay, what's happened?
There's this one boy in my classroom. Just touch
Your pee-pee? Oh my god. What's wrong?
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and
Meanwhile, end of flashback.
Hi teacher.
Yes.
I got a report from my daughter that she was molested for the past few days. May I see the CCTV please?
Okay.
Let's go in.
Plaintiff, let me call your first witness.
Your Honor, I'm going to investigate my witness. First question is, what is the content of the police report dated 18 March 2016?
I made a report that my daughter complained to me on the 16th March 2017 that her friend, on that day when we went to the kindergarten with intention to view the CCTV recording, the owner, who is Puan Masina, gave excuses that the CCTV wireless mouse was broken by the kids and asked us to come back the next day or the day after. We confirmed that on that 17 March 2016, all 8 CCTV channel recording are function well. Only on the 18 March 2016 did we realize that there is a video loss, and when we asked why they couldn't provide us with satisfactory answer.
Okay, next question. How did you come to know on this accident?
My daughter informed me verbally that her friend, child, took off her pants and touched her private part.
Next question. Do you believe what your daughter told you If yes, why?
Yes, I do. I believe what she told me because she is only 4 years old. And such thing never been expected to her, never happened in her life before. 4 years old child cannot create something that she never been exposed before.
That's all, Your Honor.
Okay, I will invite the defense counsel.
Right. So the question is, I put it to you that the alleged incident about your daughter did not happen. Do you agree?
Disagree.
Explain why you disagree.
A 4-year-old kid never been exposed to such sexual act called molesting. She cannot relate something beyond her knowledge and keep repeating the same thing with the same child, which is that boy. Her statement is consistent and coherent. There is no reason for years-old kid to tell lies for no reason.
So, if I put it to you that your daughter did not tell the truth about the alleged incident, do you agree?
My answer will be the same as above. Disagree.
That's all my question. I thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, defendant, you may call your witness.
So the plaintiff alleged that child Y has sexually molested child X by opening the pants and touching her private parts inside the second defendant premises on 16 March 2016. Is that true?
No, it is not true.
Why is it not true?
Because of two reasons. One is because the teachers did not see the incident happen. If other students saw it, they would have told the teachers. Second is because based on my view of the CCTV recordings inside the second defendant's premise of the day 16 March 2016, I did not see that incident happen.
How many CCTV cameras were installed in the second defendant premise?
Total of 8 cameras, so the CCTV recordings have 8 channels.
Do you know where the alleged incident happened?
Based on the information received from the plaintiff on 17 March 2016, it was in front of the TV viewing area, which is located on the second defendant's premise.
So, which CCTV that recorded the TV viewing area?
Since the incident was alleged to have occurred in front of the TV viewing area, which is located on the lower premise of the second defendant's premises, the relevant CCTV recordings would be channel number 4 and channel number 5.
That's all my question. Thank you, Your Honor.
You may all be seated. This is an appeal case of Masniah binti Abidin and another against Safirah Ja'an binti Ja'far, 2022. We have known the facts. Today, we will hear the arguments for both parties. I have viewed the CCTV recording and I confirm that channel 4 and 5 did not record any such incident. Therefore, there is no necessity to tender it as evidence in court.
No objection, and I confirm. Defendant closes the case and no more witness to be called.
Okay, so appellant, you may give your argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, to give you a briefing on this case, the issue struck in that case was whether the first and the second defendant on duty of care told the plaintiff was breached. It was also mentioned in the affirmative whether the first and the second defendant has failed on the exercise on their duty of care, then they are a breach of duty. So in that magistrate case, they have been granted general damages. So why we have appealed is because we have learned we learn that the magistrate erred in law. And in fact, when she decided the alleged incident with respect of the respondent child X, there are several occurrences where the magistrate has erred in law. So the first one is the CCTV recording of the second defendant premises on the exact location of the alleged incident did not show the occurrences of the alleged incident. Secondly, the evidence of plaintiff witness 1 and plaintiff witness 3 and plaintiff witness 5 on the alleged incident was definitely hearsay and against the physical evidence in this case, which is the CCTV recording, that is the physical evidence. The third one, the learned magistrate finding that the alleged incident might have occurred on other location in the second appellant premises is a departure from the plaintiff pleading and against the weight of the evidence. The learned magistrate erred in law, in fact, for allowing and accepting the opinion given the plaintiff witness 2 as evidence of proof of breach of duty of care when plaintiff witness 2 was only a witness of a fact and not an expert witness. So the main problem here is that the magistrate holding that there was negligence in the appellant had failed to exercise duty of care toward the respondent and the said child by the appellant, whether the evidence is irrelevant to the facts in issue or mere opinion of plaintiff witness 1 and plaintiff witness 2. The learned magistrate ought to have invoked adverse inferences against the respondent for not calling the said child to testify during the trial. The learned magistrate erred in law, in fact, for holding that the respondent had proved the particulars of negligence when the respondent did not bring evidence to prove those particulars. The respondent evidently departed from her pleading, and the respondent addressed new issue which was not pleaded in her pleadings. The learned magistrate in law, in fact, when she failed to evaluate the appellant's evidence properly, whereby the appellant's evidence was not challenged at all by the respondent during the trial. Hence, legally and factually, the appellant evidence was deemed to be accepted by the respondent. Therefore, the appellant had proven their defense. The learned magistrate erred in law, in fact, for allowing the respondent claim when the respondent had failed to prove a case with the balance of probabilities. The learned magistrate erred in law, in fact, for awarding general damages, special damage and cost to the respondent when the respondent had failed to prove a case during the trial. The main issue here is in the question of duty of care, breach of duty, where the evidence is hearsay.
So, what is the duty of care in this case?
Duty of care in this case is the appellant duty to maintain and provide sufficient physical observation of the children under their care to secure their safety.
Can you brief us about the breach of duty?
So the breach of duty in this case is the appellant again. They have failed to provide sufficient physical observation that makes the alleged incident happen in their premises, which is molestation of child X from child Y.
Can you tell us what is hearsay in this case?
So we believe the testament given by plaintiff, by witness 1, which is the mother of the biological child, is hearsay because it was heard from their child itself, not by any other sufficient evidence. Thus, it is hearsay.
So, respondent, is there any counter argument?
Your Honor, I'm going to give a counter argument. Based on the report of PW5 at pages 20, it is stated as follows. Reason for the referral was that she still having nightmares of the incident of being molested. At the time of the referral, she was only 3 years and 11 months, and she is the eldest of 2 siblings. And at the time of the trial commences, she would have been 5 years old. The defendant stated that the child is competent enough to testify in the court and relying on section 118 of the Evidence Act 1950. This court is unable to agree with the defendant. the child might be competent enough to testify in the court, but as a parent, do you wish to put your 5-year-old child to testify in the court? This court is very much aware on the requirement of the law requiring the child to be a witness, but in some circumstances, we need to be flexible in applying the law based on the circumstance arises. The said child was referred to psychiatric hospital after the alleged incident and is recovering, and we do not want to put back the child to that situation and refresh her memory. We should follow the law, but it needs to be applying with flexibility based on the circumstance. We do not need to have a 4-year-old child to have gone through the process where we as an adult also having difficulties if we have been put in such a manner. We can always refer back to the evidence given by PW1 and PW2 on the child condition after the incident happened.
After reviewing all the facts and evidence given in the question of law, we have decided that there are merits in this appeal warranting an intervention. The order of the learned magistrate is to be set aside, and the appeal of the first and second defendant is allowed with cost of 5,000 ringgit subject to payment of alligator fee. The court dismissed.